If there's one thing every gardener dreams of, it's walking out to the garden and seeing branches bending, vines sagging, and baskets filling faster than your hands can carry. Over the years on Soil Stories, I've tested countless fertilizers, home brews, and so-called miracle hacks. Some worked beautifully, others, well, they taught me valuable lessons. But today, I want to share something that stands out as one of the most powerful, cost-free gardening secrets I've ever used. A homemade microbial liquid that makes plants fruit like crazy. This isn't a fancy store product. It's not expensive. In fact, you can make it with zero cost, using ingredients usually considered waste. And when used correctly, it boosts plant health, supercharges soil biology, and triggers fruiting in ways that feel almost unreal. So let's walk through what it is, why it works, and how you can start using it immediately in your own garden. Healthy, fruit-loaded plants don't start with fertilizer, they start with living soil. Microbes are the invisible workers in that soil, breaking down organic matter, releasing nutrients, increasing water retention, and unlocking minerals that plants can't access on their own. When your soil is alive with microbes, your plants naturally grow stronger leaves, deeper roots, and more abundant flowers, which eventually means more fruit. But what makes this zero-cost liquid different is the intensity of microbes you deliver. Instead of waiting months for compost to break down, you're giving plants an instant blast of beneficial organisms, like giving your soil a supercharged probiotic shot. These microbes crowd out harmful pathogens, break down stubborn nutrients, and create the perfect environment for explosive flowering and fruiting. The secret is using what you already have: leftover fruits, vegetable scraps, and a simple sugar source that kickstart fermentation. Done right, this liquid becomes a living tonic that wakes up your soil and feeds your plants in a way they instantly recognize. What I love most about this formula is how forgiving it is. You don't need special equipment, you don't need precision, you just need patience and consistency. Start with a container that can hold at least a few liters. Add any combination of fruit scraps, vegetable peels, overripe fruits, or even kitchen leftovers like cabbage ends, banana peels, or pumpkin skins. These provide the base nutrients and feed the microbes during fermentation. Next, add your sugar source. If you're doing this completely free, use old sugary leftovers. Maybe a bit of leftover rice water, molasses residue, stale sugary drink remains, or even the liquid from soaked raisins. This sugar is what activates the microbial growth. The microbes eat the sugar first and multiply rapidly, preparing to digest the plant material. Fill your container about 2/3 full, leaving some space at the top for gases. Seal it loosely so it can breathe, and then set it aside for about 2 to 3 weeks. Every few days, open the lid to release pressure and give it a stir. Over time, the mixture will bubble, smell slightly sweet-sour, and turn into a rich, brownish liquid. That's how you know your microbes are alive and busy. After fermenting, strain the liquid and store it. What you now have is a concentrated microbial powerhouse ready for the garden. To understand why this works so dramatically, picture what happens when you apply this liquid to your soil. The millions, sometimes billions of microbes in the solution immediately get to work. They begin breaking down existing organic matter much faster than nature would on her own. This releases nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, and trace minerals, all essential for flowering and fruiting. But the magic is not just in the nutrients. The microbes also produce natural plant growth hormones, including auxins and gibberellins, which stimulate root growth and flower production. This is why gardeners often report that after 2 or 3 applications, their tomatoes flower earlier, their peppers develop deeper color, and their passion fruit suddenly set more fruit. You're not adding synthetic chemicals, you're restoring the natural engine of your soil, microbial life. Another beautiful bonus is improved soil structure. Soils enriched with living microbes become fluffier, more aerated, and better at holding moisture. Plants grown in this environment can push deeper roots, drawing up more nutrients and supporting heavier fruit loads. The key to success with this liquid is dilution. Because it's so concentrated, you need to mix it with water before applying it to avoid overwhelming young roots. A safe starting ratio is 1 cup of microbial liquid to 2 liters of water. For larger gardens, use 1 liter of the fermented concentrate for every 10 liters of water. This gives you a powerful but gentle microbial tea that plants can absorb comfortably. Apply it directly to the soil around your plants. Pour it at the base, especially during early morning or late afternoon, when soil temperatures are cooler and microbes survive longer. For fruiting crops, apply it every 10 to 14 days during the active growing season. One thing I love about this tonic is how quickly plants respond. Leaves gain a darker green sheen within days, flowering becomes more intense, and fruit set becomes more reliable even in unpredictable weather. If you're growing tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, strawberries, or passion fruits, you'll see dramatic results: more blooms, faster fruit development, and higher yields. For fruit trees, it encourages stronger root systems and increases flowering during the next cycle. Gardeners who use this homemade microbial formula often describe similar, exciting results. Plants become more resilient, especially against fungal issues and nutrient lockout. Instead of leaves yellowing or curling from stressed soil, they remain vibrant and strong. One gardener shared how her once struggling tomatoes suddenly doubled their flowering after just 2 applications. Another told me that her watermelon vines grew thicker, greener, and produced heavier fruits after switching from chemical fertilizers to this fermented tonic. The science makes sense. Healthy soil grows healthy plants, and healthy plants reward us with fruit, lots of it. What I enjoy most is how eco-friendly this method is. You're recycling scraps that would otherwise be thrown away. You're creating a liquid fertilizer that costs nothing, and you're building soil that becomes better with every season. Even though the method is simple, a few challenges can pop up. If your mixture smells rotten instead of sweet-sour, it may need more sugar or more frequent stirring to release trapped gases. If mold forms on the surface, don't panic, just remove it and continue fermenting. Most of the time, your microbes are still thriving below. If the color remains too pale after 2 weeks, give it more time. Fermentation depends on temperature, ingredients, and natural microbes present, so every batch is unique. Remember, you don't need perfection. Microbes are incredibly forgiving. Even an imperfect brew can bring incredible benefits to your soil. Whether you have a small balcony garden, a backyard full of fruit trees, or raised beds bursting with vegetables, this zero-cost microbial liquid gives your plants an advantage that even store-bought fertilizers struggle to match. It restores life to tired soil, boosts nutrient availability, and triggers the natural processes that lead to heavy fruiting. It's simple, it's sustainable, it's powerful, and the best part, it's free. This is the kind of gardening knowledge we share proudly on Soil Stories because it empowers every gardener, no matter their budget, experience, or space. If you found this guide helpful and you want more simple, powerful gardening tips like this, make sure to subscribe to Soil Stories, hit that like button, and share this article with another gardener who loves seeing their plants explode with fruits. Let's keep growing together. One story, one seed, one garden at a time.